As far as I'm concerned, Justin just did a revenge. But who is going to pay for that revenge? Who is going to pay for it? It's the children. And when I see people telling Justin, oh yes, you did very well, speak your mind, do this, do that, and I'm thinking to myself, are these people actually thinking about the children? You know, look, whether we like it or not, those children, when they grow up, June and Atena, they're going to have access to those videos. Yeah. And you know something that I've learned when I was working in the children's services is that if somebody else says something to a child, yeah, it will hurt them. But you cannot compare the way it's going to hurt that child. You can't compare it with when they hear it from their parents. If their parents say something, you know, like JD said, coming from their parents, seriously, that child will be psychological, mentally traumatized. That from my own father's mouth. You know, I can imagine how the child will grow up and the child will be ruminating about what the father said. You get me? And I can't get that part off my head. I know I see some women commenting, saying to JD, yes, you've spoken your mind. Yes, yes. Speak your mind. It's about time. But hello, you've just encouraged him to shoot himself in the foot without even giving a damn about the children. So I'm asking myself, what, you know, this woman, they were not there for the children then. All these 2 years of, you know, going back and forth, expressing how we feel about seeing Keho treating the children in those days, in the early days. This woman supporting Justin to self-incriminate himself, to shoot himself in the foot, to say this about Atena when Atena was in the womb. These people, I don't think they think about the impact it's going to have on Atena when Atena grow up, when Atena will hear her own father say these things. You have to think deep. You have to think deep. What about Atena? The impact is going to have on this baby. Then, now, an adult. It's not somebody else who says these things. It's not a blogger. It's not a stranger. It's coming from my father. I'm looking at this video of my father saying these things about when I was in my mother's womb to the whole world. Not just in private, like in a family meeting or in therapeutic setting, you know, that is private, you know, to express the way you feel. In fact, when you are in front of a therapist, you can even express anger. It's part of the journey to heal. But to millions of people on social media, some of you, maybe you think that this is this massive bombshell is only on Facebook. No, I don't know how many social media platforms some of you go to, but darlings, Instagram, private blogs, YouTube, name the forum is there. Justin's video is there about what he said about Atena when Atena was in her mother's womb. It's there. Thousands and thousands. When I saw comments, when I saw the video clips being played, the only thing I keep thinking about is that, what about the children? How is it going to affect the children? How is it going to affect Atena? Atena is going to hear her own father, you know, her own father, not somebody else, her own father. And that child is going to do what? Oh, thank you, Daddy. Thank you, Daddy, for exposing this to the world. What about when Athena grow up and say, I want to be a politician. I want to be the president of the United States. Since she's half Nigerian, oh, I want to be the president of Nigeria. What if Athena decide that? What if children, when they grow up, they have their own dreams? She may decide she wants to contest for office of the president of the United States. And boom, voila. Somebody's going to get up and say, I'm going to contest against this woman. And I'm going to do some damage. All they need to do, since internet doesn't forget, all they need to do is to go and dig up the video of her own father sharing to the world. In 2024, April precisely, describing the gory, the dirt her mother allegedly done with another man while she was in the womb. Imagine that trauma. You see, you guys on social media, you call yourself followers. Oh God, some of you, God forbid, I know you in my personal life, in my personal space. God forbid. Because you know what, no matter what you do, you have to always apply wisdom. Do you know how many children who were psychologically damaged? When they were young, since the day they were in their mother's womb. Some mothers, they take all these drugs and then it affects the children when they grow up. Some children, they are exposed to terrible traumas as a child. They grow up having flashbacks. Sometimes they use repression just to get on by. So imagine a video evidence of your father describing this dirt, sharing this type of information to the world. Not in private, to the world. Okay? This particular aspect, you see children, they grow up. If you work in mental health and you specialize in intense, complex mental health like me, you will know how many clients, they are human beings that we have to deal with. And do you know what I found out? A lot of these people, they are good human beings, but they've been exposed to childhood trauma. So I used to tell social workers, especially the new ones coming in, say, for you to have a successful case, because they always ask me, Marian, how did you get so much success with all these intense, complex cases? I always tell them, try and befriend your clients. Befriending in the sense that you respect them, you listen to them, use your active listening skills, and make sure you show that you are interested in their background. Let them tell you their history, their journey. In there, you will see the important aspect of what triggers them. Once you identify the triggers, that is the first step for you to start having success with that particular client. Guys, it is not a joke. Childhood trauma is not a joke. And it always, look at that beautiful butterfly. It always starts from the home. From the home. The people, those children, the people they were first exposed to between 0 to 13 years of their life. Go and ask any psychologist, they will tell you. The people these children are exposed to in their early childhood, they make or break them. Words are so powerful, guys. Words are powerful. A lot of people think that, there's only one form of abuse physical abuse. No. There's so many different types of abuse. Psychological abuse, emotional abuse. They are one of the most dangerous form of abuse. They are, because they stay in your head. They stay in your head because that is the way the brain works. Only God gives those children strength in order to be able to function in the society after they've been exposed to years of childhood trauma. They have flashbacks. They deal with a lot. When neighbors say something nasty to you, when friends say something nasty to you, when your teachers, you cannot compare that to when your home biological mother and father says something nasty. That it is incredible. It is something that you don't pray. You don't ever pray to have that kind of video from your own father describing what could have been something so protected, an information that's supposed to be so protected for the betterment of those children. There are some certain things you can share to the public. Don't get me wrong. You can share the way you feel, what you went through, what you are still going through with the public. But when it comes to from you as the father, come on guys. This is not a joke. And if you don't believe me, please research childhood trauma and its effects on adulthood. Do it. I'm sure there's so many articles. Apologies for that brief moment. Do that. Protect your children. Whatever you say, those children can use it against you. They can use it to hate you for the rest of their life. You have to protect the children's, in all areas. To be honest with you, it's both of them. But the one KO did is not in public. And up till now, I haven't seen any evidence of that in public. I know JD have a copy, and I have a copy because I was helping him to develop his defense against the CPS. But what I can't get off my head is what JD shared with the whole world about Athena when Athena was in her mother's womb. I'm sorry guys, I cannot understand that because I know the way childhood trauma affects adulthood. I know that child, when she grew up, her friends, her colleagues at work, when she wants to apply to be, when she wants to fill that form so that she can put herself forward to be the next president of the United States or the next president of Nigeria, that video, she's going to haunt her. And she's going to hate her father for sharing that with the whole world. Guys, it's not only Facebook this video has. No, it's gone way beyond viral. Instagram, they're playing it again and again. Private blogs. Do you know how many private blogs outside of Facebook that they're playing Justin's video? That particular bit describing what KO did when she was pregnant with Athena. Go to YouTube. And if I can't get it off my head, guys. I cannot get that bit off my head. I can't. For the sake of the children, If it's coming from anybody else, it won't affect these children. They will just say, well, my father and my mother, they love me. But when it comes from the parents, come on now. The impact that is going to have on those children.